Let's be the change we want to see.
You're here. And I am so glad for that because you have so many choices, so many options. Thank you for being here and doing yoga with me and allowing me to do yoga with you. But here's my question. Are you really here? Are you really here? And I'm not talking about AI and the meta universe and all that stuff. I'm talking about, are you here? Are you present? Are you in the present moment? And that is hard. Are you thinking about stuff? Are you worried about the past? Are you worried about the future? Let it go. Be present. That is where life is. Life is here right now. Enjoy it with every single breath. You've got to be mindful to be present. And present is where real life is. All right, there you go. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your Yoga from Home. Today, it's a fun day. It's our Fun Fridays. It's called Yoga Plus. And what does the plus mean? We do yoga, plus we do barre, we do Pilates, and we do weights. I'm certified in all. I've planned this sequence to make you better, stronger, faster, and just have some fun. That's important too. You gotta have fun in your life. So we're gonna practice for an hour. That's what we do every single day. We practice live, start to finish, no cuts. It's all real. It's just like being in a real class. We practice every single day. Join us on Facebook and YouTube, and you can even subscribe to our channel so you'll get notices when we're practicing to make it even easier to be here, because you should be here, because you need to take care of you first and foremost. All right, to take care of you, I'm gonna use some props in today's practice. A lot of props today, but you can modify, and if you don't have the props, that's okay. But run out and buy them this weekend. 2 yoga blocks, those are great. If you don't have blocks, you can find a substitute, like large books or something like that. That could work. We usually have a strap with us because that is handy too at times. I'm not using it specifically today, but maybe you do, so have it. A bender ball or a squishy little yoga ball. What you want to do here is not inflate it all the way. It's a thin membrane. It creates an unstable surface, and that makes some of the poses more challenging. I always have water nearby because that's so important. Weights, hand weights. You don't have the hand weights today, maybe use 2 water bottles. Maybe just use your yoga blocks. Give yourself a little bit of resistance. They can be heavy, they can be light. You know what you need. Just make it so it's doable. You want to be able to do. Finally, an eye shade and a little hand towel. The hand towel can do double duty. It can make your arms longer when you're pulling your knees in some poses. You can slip it under your knees to make it more comfortable. Lots of ways to use it, and it doubles as an eye shade and final shavasana. All right. A word to think about as you practice today is an important word. As you do what is right for your body, always do what's right for your body. You're right here, right now, and that's the word, now. Now means this immediate time, right here, right now, this breath. And in this breath, it'll never be repeated. You've got to enjoy this moment, and you got to have your head here too, because how many times have you done things and you kind of are on autopilot? Don't be that way. Enjoy your practice. It's really important. Okay, let's start. Let's start now. There's no time like the present. All right. Oh, have a blank wall nearby too, because we're going to do a couple poses on the wall that'll kind of be fun. All right, come on up to standing. Come on up, and as you come up, stress number. You know, we always do that in the beginning of our practice. What the stress number does is it allows you to kind of have a bit of a quantifiable measure, something tangible to think about. Where am I right now? Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 100. Where are you? Give it a number. We're going to work on bringing that number down. All right, you got your stress number locked in. Let's have fun. All right, feel the temperature of the room around you. Feel it. Let it be. Grab the ball. Place it up between your thighs. No ball, don't worry about it. We're just going to give it a nice good squeeze. We're going to thinking about kind of a barre practice. Use the ball a lot in a barre practice. Give the ball a squeeze. Hold on to it tight. Activate the inner thigh muscles. Place your hands on your hips, and let's do that confidence stance. Okay, no big deal. Wiggle your shoulders a little bit. You don't want any of this to hurt. If it hurts, back out of it. Don't do it. So what? You don't have to do a pose. Big deal. You're here. That's what counts. Root into your feet. They should be about hip width distance apart or a little bit wider. You've wiggled your shoulders, drive them back and down, lift your chest up to the sky. Strike a pose of confidence. Why not? You are perfect, just the way you are. Squeeze your elbows to the back of the room. Shoulders are down, away from your ears. Take a deep breath in. Feel strong. And a big sighing breath out. Be rooted. When you exhale, root into your feet. Feel solid. Feel strong. Right here, right now. Big breath in. Big breath out. Maybe close your eyes and just imagine the strength that you have, that you are finding in your practice. Here, maybe in your mind, create a little mantra, a little saying, a short, quick little saying that you repeat over and over to yourself that's positive. Wire your brain to be positive as you think about you. Perhaps today's mantra is, I am strong right now. Take a deep breath in. Big sign breath out your mouth. Let's come up onto our toes and back down on the heels. You could have a chair nearby or a countertop nearby. Lift on up, bringing your heels behind your toes. Lift up. Think of your chest driving you forward. You are strong. You are holding onto your hips. Your shoulders are back and down. The crown of your head is lifting to the sky. Strength. You got it going on. Breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Make it audible. Lift and lower, lower and lift. You got it. Come down to the heels, lift the toes up, give them a wiggle. Stay nice and strong. Hold here, root into your feet. Let's do a palm tree. Lift your arms on up high to the sky. Interlace your fingers. Palms go to the sky. Start to sway from side to side. Wake up your spine. You're moving sideways. Lateral flexion of your spine. Breathe. You don't have to go very far. Give the ball a good squeeze. Finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Place your hands on your low back. Press into your low back. Squeeze your elbows together. Take a baby back bend. We're going to intensify this in a few moments. Just a different way to take it. Breathe. Send your chin up to the sky. Exhale. Fold forward. In your forward fold, let your arms hang toward the earth. Breathe. Give the ball a good squeeze. No ball at all. Don't worry about it. Crown of the head to the earth. Breathe in, breathe out. Decompress your spine. Give your shoulders a wiggle. Wiggle your neck. Breathe. Crown of the head to the earth as you look back to your knees or up towards your belly button. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Roll your spine up one vertebra at a time. Give that ball a strong squeeze. Let's do arm circles. Tee out your arms and start to draw circles on the side of the room. Add in your knees. When the hands come down, the knees go down. Arms go up, knees straighten. Breathe. Wake up your knees. Wake up your shoulders. We're going to wake up the shoulders even more in a few minutes on the wall. Just a little different variation of a broken wing pose. Take your arm circles in the other direction. Bend deeper in the knees. Come on, you got it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Warming up, getting the blood flowing. All right, come on up to standing with your arms down by your sides. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Start to sway from side to side. Not sway, twist from side to side. Hips, your hands are touching your hips. Your hands are touching your backside. You're looking over a shoulder. We're going to intensify this pose later on today too. This is your warm-up. Breathe. Gaze over the shoulder. Gaze over the other shoulder. Maybe close your eyes and challenge your balance a little bit. Let's slow it on down. Bring it back to the midline of your body, and let's do ragdoll pose. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Squeeze the ball if you got it. Hinge forward. Feet are about hip width distance apart. If you got the ball between your legs, that's where your feet are. If you don't have the ball, that's all right. Toe heel your feet. Hip width distance. Measure it. That's 2 fist widths. Let it be. Gaze back toward your belly button. Let the crown of your head hang heavy. Start to sway your elbows from side to side. Ragdoll pose. Decompresses the spine. Feels oh so good. Breathe. And this is your warm-up. Finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Give your toes a wiggle. Lift them up. Let them move. Place your hands on your mat. Remove the ball from between your legs and come on down to your mat. All right, so that's a warm-up. Let's do child's pose. For your child's pose, get present with your breath. You can do this all day long. Come back to your breath. When you're feeling stressed, come back to your breath. And what do I mean by that? Deep breaths. Let's take our child's pose and with deep breaths. Knees together, big toes touching, hips back to your heels. If you want, first opportunity to use the block. Block can come underneath your forehead. Arms can be down by your sides. Shoulders away from your ears. Palms face up. Reach toward the back of your mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. An option. Always nice to have options. Knees can be spread wide, big toes touching, hips back toward the heels. You block, you can use it again, or no block at all. With your hands, reach to the top of your mat. Bring your forehead down to the block or to the ground. Soften in your jaws. Soften in your shoulders. Soften in your knees as you send your tailbone to the back of the room and the crown of your head to the front. This is called an extended child's pose. Either variation of child's pose wakes up your quads, wakes up your ankles. lengthens you through the spine. Breathe deeply here. Remember that. Breathe deeply. It calms you down. Breathe in through your nose. And a big breath out through your mouth. Sigh it out. Let it go. Make it audible. When you're ready, close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose. Doing this allows you to further focus on your breath. Think no thoughts, just breathe, just move the body. Don't be distracted about the past, the future, doubts of yourself. Just let it go. Breathe in, breathe out. Be here and now. There's nothing like balancing poses to make you have to be in the here and now. You got to hold on to that balance, and that's by being in the present moment. If you're distracted, makes it extra tough. But let's breathe and let's move on to our next pose. All right, keep that in mind for your balancing. Keep that in mind for your entire day. Press your hands into your mat under your shoulders. Knees underneath your hips as you balance today in your poses. And we're going to start with a balancing pose down here. When you balance in your poses, you are in the present moment. All right, let's start by moving the spine again with cat-cow. Press hard into your hands and into the tops of your feet. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Holding right here is fine. Tuck your chin to your chest. Tuck your tailbone under as you're exhaling. Push hard into the earth like a cat. Inhale, cow. Bring the crown of your head and your tailbone up toward the sky. You take this as deep as is right for you. All right, so what pose do you think we're going to do down here that's balancing? Well, it's bird dog pose, which we'll get to shortly. So let's just keep the spine moving. Tuck the tail under, tuck the chin to the chest, push the earth away. Keep pushing that earth away as you do cow, the opposite pose. Crown of the head and tailbone lift. So you're curving your spine, moving your spine, waking it up. Nice job. All right, let's go to that balancing pose. We're going to come back to the neutral tabletop. We're going to do bird dog, and here's how you can kick it up a notch. If you want, take the ball and place it under your knee. You don't have to use the ball. It's still plenty of a challenge. I'm going to place the ball under my right knee to begin, and you can see the ball. It's really squished, right? It's squished because I want to create an unstable surface, so that is the purpose of the ball. Draw the right toes toward the right shin. Lift your left leg up, 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 knee at about hip height. Extend the left leg long. Drive through your left heel. Keep the hips equal distant to the mat. So chances are you got to bring that left hip down a little bit. And if you're on the ball, you know what I'm talking about. It's a challenge because there's all these little wiggles in the knee. Press hard into the earth. Left leg is extended. This is a fine place to stay. Challenge your balance even more. Right arm extends long to the front of the room. Thumb up, fingers spread wide. Push into the earth. Lengthen through your spine. Breathe. A couple elbows to knee under the navel if you like. Breathe. Take it to what you want it to be. Stretch, reach, finish. Hand comes down, knee comes down, left knee is going to be up on the ball next. No ball, no sweat. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Just have fun. Draw your toes towards your shin. Right leg lifts, lifts, lifts. Knee is at hip height. Right leg extends. Oh, can't you feel the compression in the low back? Don't you feel the strengthening, the holding on here? Breathe. If you like, balance some more. Spread the fingers wide as the left arm lengthens to the front of the room. Left heel reaches to the back. Whew. Elbow to knee and reach. Elbow to knee and reach. Reach. Let it be. Let it be what it needs to be for you today. Knees come down. Oh, don't you feel your heart beating faster? It's a good pose, isn't it? All right, so who would think you can balance on the ground? All right, take the ball behind the knee. We do this one a lot on our Friday practice because it's so good for your hips, for your backside. Lift your right knee up. We're going to do a fire hydrant pose. Draw the right knee towards your shin. Hips, again, equal distant to the mat. Start to lift your right leg to the side of the room. Little dog, big dog, it's all good. Don't set the right knee down. Start lifting it to the side. So you're getting into the ball and socket at the hip. So important, right? Movement. Mobility, also good. Knee, perhaps, comes up towards your armpit as your ankle is a little higher than your knee. Lift and lower. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Big breaths. I'm starting to get warm already. How about you? Embrace the burn, right? All right, if you have no ball behind the knee, that's fine. You can put your weight behind there or nothing at all. Finish up. Knee hovers next to the other knee. This time, bring the right leg back. Bring the right leg back. Knee is at about hip height or higher. Give it a good stretch. Pulse the heel in toward your bottom. Press the earth away. Strong. Don't collapse here. Breathe. Don't collapse into the belly. Don't collapse, period, but just stay strong as you push the earth away. Heel is kicking in toward your bottom. This is your donkey kick. Another variation of your donkey kick. Hug the heel nice and tight toward your bottom, and then pulse your foot up to the sky. A bar practice has lots of pulsing in it. Oh, pulsing's hard, isn't it? Whew. But don't worry. I'm not going to say it gets easier. I will say you get stronger and you can do it more and more. But the trick is to show up. That's it. You got to show up. You got to be here. You got to be present. Breathe. All right, pulse it up. You got it. You got it going on. Nice and strong. Let's finish. Hover the right knee next to the left. Give the ball a good squeeze. Press hard into the earth. Switch it out. Knee comes down. Ball comes behind your other knee. All right, ball behind the knee. Where do we start? We start with our fire hydrant. Lift your knee up. Hold it right here. Start to lift the knee to the side. It doesn't have to go very far. You just got to start. You just got to do. And then, naturally, through time, you'll want to take it farther. But today, maybe it's not so far. No big deal. You are here. Where do you start? You start day one, right? But you got to make that happen. Lift. How about the knee closer to the armpit? How about the ankle higher than the knee? How about it? Breathe. You know, other variations we do, sometimes we keep the knee up and we pulse it up, up, up to the sky. What are you feeling today? All right, I'm going to bring the left knee to hover next to the right. Time to go to my donkey kick. I'm going to lift the left thigh parallel to the earth, maybe a wee bit higher. Then a good swift kick in the behind. Breathe, breathe. Think about lengthening through the spine. Push the earth away. And that foundational foot that's on the mat, push it into the mat. Feel the temperature of the mat beneath you. Feel the texture of the mat beneath you. That's being present. Knowing what's here around you right now. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Heel comes tight, close to the behind. And then pulse the leg up to the sky. Sometimes we do this standing as well. Maybe you have a towel under your knee. Think about all the ways you can do it, but just do it. All right, how we doing? Excellent. Keep pulsing. Be strong. Maybe take the pulses even deeper. Keep the left hip equidistant as the right hip is to the mat. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Last little bit of effort. And then finish. Hover the left knee next to the right. Plant the left knee next to the right. Take the ball into your hands. Spread your knees wide, wide-legged child's pose. Hips go back to the heels. Feels really good here because you've been working that behind. All right, hands onto the block. Reach. Breathe. Push into the ball or push into the mat, sending your hips further back. Take a nice stretch there. Breathe in, breathe out. All right. Finish up. Let's go into a downward facing dog. All right, hands come down to your mat. You're in a neutral tabletop position. Fingers are spread wide. Suction cup your fingers into the mat like a little gecko. Press more weight into the thumb and the pointer finger. Ease the tension on the wrists. Tuck the back toes toward the shins. Send your hips high for a downward facing dog in your down dog. Feet are hip width distance apart, heels slightly elevated. Look up to your hands. Hands are shoulder width distance apart. Push into the earth. Pedal your heels. Breathe. Get back into those calves like we did in that confidence stance. Your neck, where are you looking? Send your knees, or look to your knees. Look to your belly button. Let your neck hang heavy. Breathe. Shake your neck. Finish. Walk your feet to your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Tuck your chin to your chest. Roll your spine on up. One vertebra at a time. You got it going on. All right, arms out in front of you, parallel chair pose, bend at the knees. Little teeny pulses here. Arms are a bit of a counterbalance. Send more weight back into your heels and breathe and breathe and pulse and pulse. Strong quads. We're working from the ground up. Breathe. Maybe feels better to have your hands at opposite shoulders. Maybe it feels good to have your hands on your thighs or your hips. Either way, it's all good. Little teeny pulses, breathe. Breathe, let's kick it up a notch. Grab the ball, place the ball between your thighs. Give the ball a big squeeze. Come up onto your toes. Hold it here, arms extended as a counterbalance. Little teeny pulses, down, down, down. Breathe. Chair can be your best friend right here. Now, slowly lower it down, a little bit lower. Pulse the ball in, in, in. How you doing? Breathe, 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 breathe. Pulse, pulse. Finish. Plant the heels, remove the ball, take a ragdoll pose. Feet hip-width distance, arms to elbows. Breathe. Little bend in your knees might feel good. Grab a drink if you need it. Start to sway from side to side. Ooh, one elbow back toward the knee, then the other elbow back toward the other knee. Breathe, decompress your spine, let the crown of your head hang heavy. Finish, come back to the midline of your body, roll your spine up, one vertebra at a time. Let's go to this wall real quick. I want to show you something. Remember what I said early on in the back bend in our warm-up? Let's take it a little farther. Why not? Okay, you got the wall. It's not going anywhere, right? Bring your heels about a foot away from the wall. Arms come up, think extended mountain. Go back, touch the wall. The wall's still too far, step closer to the wall. If you can easily touch the wall, take a little few baby steps forward. Same thing, lengthen up through your arms. Take a baby back bend, touch your wall. Let's do it again. Maybe, it's all up to you. Few steps forward, lengthen up in an extended mountain. Take it on back, touch your wall. Let's do it again if you want. Step a few steps forward, little baby steps, lengthen. Baby back bend, find your wall. Oh, it's getting fun. Reach, you don't have to walk any farther. You take it to what is right for you. Lengthen up, hands back to the wall. Breathe. Finish. Come on back up. Okay, you do what is right for you. A lot of times we do a pose called broken wing to really get into the shoulders. We do it on the ground. Today, the wall. All right, here's the deal. Bring a shoulder up next to the wall. The arm that's on the wall, bring it on back. Tee it on out into the wall. Press that hip into the wall. All right, there you go. The shoulder that's away from the wall, pull it on back. Maybe put your hand on your hip. Feel the sensation of the stretch in the shoulder. A lot easier than getting down on the ground, right? And this is more accessible. Occasionally, when you see a spare wall, walk up to it and give it your broken wing pose. Take it to the other side. All right, shoulder up to the wall, arm to about shoulder height, hand maybe to the hip, maybe look over the opposite shoulder. So you're breathing here, right? You're breathing everywhere. Big breath in, big breath out. Good stretch in the shoulder, just like how it feels in broken wing. All right, that's it. Thank you all. We'll come back to it later, perhaps. All right, so you did those poses on the wall. Lots of good ways to use the ball. Let's hinge forward. Remember that? Forward fold. Hands toward the mat. Maybe hands toward your calves. Fold in half. Place your hands on your mat, bend your knees. Let's come on down. Find your ball. All right, so we're gonna do what we do every practice, and that is doing a plank. You don't have to do it if you don't want it, but we've warmed up our shoulders. Our shoulders are good. We're gonna set a 1-minute timer. Now remember, I've shown you a couple of ways you can do a plank, because everybody can do a plank. And I'll show you the first one you can do. You can do it this way. I'm gonna do it a little differently. I'm gonna do it on the ball, but if you want, and you've got the blocks, come down to reclined on your back. Tuck your shoulders back in to the shoulder sockets. Lift your hands up and balance those blocks. Imagine you are in a plank pose. Be here, be present. Shoulders plugged in, you've got it. Don't doubt yourself, you can do it. I'm gonna take the ball today and I am going to place the ball under my feet. Now you know there's lots of ways to do planks. Maybe you take it on your knees, but whatever you do, you want to hinge your weight a little forward so the weight is in your arms. I'm going to place the ball under the backs or under the tops of my feet to create an unstable surface. I'm going to hinge forward and come into a plank. Maybe you take it on your knees. You decide. I'm going to set a timer just for you to be able to measure, if you want, your quantifiable advancements. If you don't want to count, if you don't want to look at the timer, that's fine too. Let's begin the timer now as we get into position. All right, in whatever plank you're in. If you want your shoulders over your wrists, or if you're reclined, your wrists are over your shoulders. Stay strong and lengthen. We're 10 seconds in. Take breaks when you need to. You can take breaks by dropping to your knees, or if you're in a high plank, you could send your hips high and go into that downward facing dog. All right, we are 20 seconds in. You've got it. Hold on strong. Fingers are spread wide. That helps you kind of grip into the mat. Your shoulders are over your wrists. That keeps your arms nice and strong. If you're on the ball, we're over a minute in. You've got it. If you're on the ball, it's an unstable surface, making this even harder. Push into the earth because you are strong. You are present. You've got 10 seconds to go. Don't quit now. Let's count it down together. 10, 8, 5, 3, 1, and done. Nice job. Come down to your knees. Maybe take a wide-legged child's pose and breathe. I'm going to get a drink of water. How did you do? Whichever variation of plank you did. Awesome. You did it. You're here. That's important. All right. That's the most important thing, showing up. And if you do the practice, 5% of the practice. Good on you. All right. Let's come onto our backs. You can fully recline, or I'm going to take this ball to my low back. Feels really nice. All right, ball at the low back, lean on back a little bit. Find your block, bring the block at its stable height to the bottom of your mat. Soles of the feet meet on the mat, on the block with the pinky edge side of the foot, resting on the block. Hands to prayer center, lean on back. Whew, breathe here. If you have no ball behind your low back, come all the way down slowly to fully reclined. Hold right here. Breathe. Now let's do some more pulses here if you like. If you are fully reclined, you can stay that way. You can goddess out your arms, that's fine. Or maybe you can do little teeny lifts. You can bring your hands to your temples, elbows spread wide if you're on the mat, and little teeny lifts. If you're on the block and the ball, maybe parallel arms or between your legs, and you're reaching toward the front of your mat. Play with this. Maybe little pulses, maybe bigger pulses. What gives you the greatest challenge that is right for you today? Remember, we're all different. All of our bodies are different. That is cool. And all of our days are different, right? You know, how do you feel today? Reach, reach, reach. Keep at it. You got it. Maybe bring the arms up a little bit. Whew. How's that for a challenge? Maybe lift them even higher. Think of just reaching up to capture the sun. Breathe, breathe. Little pulses, little pulses. Try them littler. How is that? Try them bigger. How is that? Breathe. You're strong. You're strong. You amaze me. Keep at it. Come on. Don't quit. Nice work. Let's come on up. All the way up. Let's remove the ball. Let's remove the block. Let's put the ball back. Let's bicycle on this ball. Okay, lean on back. Arms, reach, and lift your legs up and bicycle. Breathe. Move the legs a little bit or a lot. You got it. Come on. Come on. If you're fully reclined, no ball at all. You can have your knees over your hips, arms down by your side, right over recumbent bike. You could peel the shoulders up, reach the arms toward the feet, or elbows wide, fingers to the temples, elbows to opposite knees. Legs can straighten, and you can scissor kick. So many ways to do it. Finish. Come on up. Remove the ball if you used it. Whatever variation of bicycle you did, rocked the world. Awesome. Nice job. Let's take the ball. You can put it aside or bring it underneath your legs. We're going to do a Pilates pose. We're going to do hundreds. All right, I'm going to recline slowly here. I've got my feet elevated. You don't have to. Totally fine. But your legs are long. Legs can be on the ball or legs can be holding on to the ball, giving it a squeeze just to activate the legs. I'm going to keep my feet up on the ball. Arms down by your sides, shoulders. You can stay right here. Shoulders away from the ears. Pat the ground, little teeny pats. The idea is to do it 100 times. We're going to do it You're gonna do it as many times as you want. I'm gonna peel the shoulders up and continue here. Now, my feet are resting on the ball. I'm gonna pick the ball up and hold it. Maybe you don't have to, if you don't have the ball, you don't hold it at all. Lift the heels up, hold it. You're patting the ground. Breathe. Stay strong. Shoulders are away from your ears. Your fingers are reaching along to the bottom of your mat. Pat, pat, pat. Like there's a little puppy there. Breathe, breathe. Maybe lift a little higher. Breathe. Pat the ground. Maybe lift your legs a little higher. Breathe. Maybe squeeze the ball a little more. Breathe. So many ways to do it, but you do it your way. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And when you're ready, when you're finished, it's time to finish. Let's come on down. Stick pose. Arms and legs reach long in opposite directions. Stretch it out. Wiggle your hips. Let it be. Press on up to a seated position. Find your weights. Find your hand weights. And you know, these are really nice because they've got that, 8-sided hexagonal shape. So on my fingers can be on the stem of the weights, and I can do what I'm gonna do here. If you don't have those kinds of weights, it's not gonna be very comfortable because you're gonna squish your fingers. So if you've got those, that shape weight, let's do plank rows. All right, we're gonna do planks again. You take the variation you want. Maybe you've got your hands on your mat, knees spread wide, and you just hinge forward. You can alternate by touching opposite shoulders if you like. For these plank rows today that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come into a high plank. I'm not gonna set a timer. We're just gonna do this for a few seconds. I'm gonna bring the weight up to the same shoulder of the hand that the weight is in. So I'm gonna do left hand lifts to left shoulder and back and forth. So these are your plank rows. Breathe, breathe. Make it right for you. Breathe. Lengthen through the spine. Plank rows. Pulling the weight up toward your armpit and then bringing it down. Breathe. Oh, goodness. How do you like it? And you know, if you don't have the weights, don't sweat it. Maybe touch opposite shoulder. It's all good. Breathe. Stay strong. And finish. What do you think? Come on down, knees come down, grab your weights. We're gonna come on up to standing. All right, come on up. Whew. How are you doing? It's all good, right? All right, I've got the weights. I'm gonna bring my hands to the weights to my shoulders. Elbows are down, take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Your practice, your life, this moment requires that you have mindful presence, that you're here and now. That is where life is lived, in the present. All right, here we go. Lift the weights to the sky, to the shoulders. Alternate if you want. No weights at all, that's fine too. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Breathe, you got it. Going on, you're strong. Keep lifting, don't give up. Don't quit, your shoulders are strong. Your arms are strong. Most importantly, your mind is strong because you believe you can do it. And you're saying to yourself, I am strong. Remember that? I am strong right now. All right, lift the weights up nice and high. Tee out your arms. Tee them out, open up through the chest. Then bring the arms nice and long and straight. Lift them back on up overhead. Weights meet, send them on back. Breathe up with the weights, have them meet overhead. Then bring them to shoulder height, a few more. Breathe, root into your feet, adjust your feet so you're comfy in your stance. Little bend in your knees might feel great. Breathe, breathe. Oh, you're strong. Don't give up, don't quit. Maybe take a break, but then get back to it. Let's finish. Bring your hands so your palms are face down. Little teeny pulses here of the weight. Down, chest is lifted, down. You got the pulses going on. Chest is lifted, arms are strong. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Take a break. Bring your arms down by your sides, but let your shoulders be away from your ears. Shoulders away from your ears. Let those weights pull your hands down even more. When you're ready, come up onto the balls of your feet. Think drinking bird. All right. So I think it's a little easier when you got the weights in your hands. You're balancing on the balls of your feet or not. Maybe you keep it flat-footed. I'm going to come up a little higher onto my heels. I'm going to keep my shoulders back and down. I'm going to slide on down a little teeny bit. Then I'm going to start to pulse, pulse, pulse. Breathe, grip with your toes, pulse, and think of pulsing lower and lower and lower. Little pulses down, down, down. Now let's do drinking bird. You're balancing on the balls of your feet. Maybe bring your weights up towards your armpits and then send the arms back. Weights, the butt of the weight to your armpit and then back to the back wall. Breathe. Stay balanced. Focus. Look forward. Look at something that's not moving. Breathe. Now take the weights, send them as far back with straight arms as you can, and then pulse them to the back of the room. Breathe. Hold on here. Your quads are strong. You can always drop down to your heels if you want, or you can sink a little lower if you want to. Pulse the weights in towards your low spine. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Finish. Come back up to standing. Oh, I'm thankful for that. Shoulders away from your ears. Remember I said in our big coat swing, we're going to do it another way too. Now we're going to do it with the weights in our hands. Take it easy. Arms are long. By your sides, sway from side to side. Just a little different. Your body loves the different. You learn so much. Your body can change so much with these little different movements. Twist, look over your shoulder, breathe. Don't go too fast. You got it. Love the weights. Breathe. Maybe you keep at it, enjoying this gentle twist. Oh, let's finish. Come back to the midline of your body. Arms go long in front of you. Palms face up. Pulse the weights up to the sky. Focus, focus, focus. You want to focus even more? Look at something that's not moving and maybe pop up onto the balls of your feet. Hold it here. Little pulses. You've got to be present, right? You got to be present to keep your balance. It's all good. Breathe. Keep pulsing. Maybe make the pulses a little deeper. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Plant your heels. Draw the weights up towards your chin and then extend. Work those biceps. You can do one at a time. That's good too. It's all good. Every little bit of movement is good as long as it doesn't hurt. Breathe. Breathe. Bicep curls. Okay, one of my favorites is to work the tricep, that complementary muscle to the bicep. The tricep is located behind your arm. Fun way to work that. Bring your arms down by your sides. Lift your arms up high overhead. Maybe at this point you've gotten rid of one weight or both weights. Hold on to the weights good and tight. Hug the elbows in towards your ears. Now bend your arms. Woo, feel the stretch in the tricep. Little teeny pulses of the weights. Up, up, up. Breathe. How are you doing? Great, right? You're doing great. Tell yourself that because I am strong right now. Breathe, breathe. Send the weights up to the sky. Bend them again. Send the weights up to the sky. Bring them behind your head. Lift and lower. Breathe. You're strong. Work it. Work it. Work it in this hour. Have fun in this hour. It's nice to be with you, and I appreciate your being here. Tell your friends about what you're doing. Every day it's different. Remember that. We have restorative, we have yin, we have vinyasa yoga, and we have today the combination of Pilates, barre, and yoga, and weights. I forgot about the weights, did you? Oh no, put them down by your sides. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. You are present in your breath. Doesn't it feel good? Send your shoulders back. Weights are long and down by your side. Chest is lifted. You feel strong and empowered and confident. Big breath in. Big breath out, let the shoulders go. Hinge forward, let the weights come down to the earth. Let's do some balancing all by ourselves, or maybe with a chair or a counter. All right, one of our favorite balancing poses, speaking for all of us here, is tree. Let's do tree, vrikasana. Root through the left leg, weight out of the right. Open up the right knee to the side of the room. Lift the foot on up. Place it inside the calf or high up into the thigh. You don't want to put it on your knee. Not a good place for it to be. It's a lateral flexion of the knee, which the knee is not designed to bend that way. Drive the outside of the right knee to the back of the room. Hands to your hips, to a chair, to prayer center, whatever you like. You can challenge your balance even more by what we say is growing your branches. Send your arms up to the sky. Here's where you must be in the present moment. Look to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Sway your branches and focus. Hands to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Hold it there, don't put it down. Lift the knee up so the knee is at about hip height. Don't let it go. Hands, hug under the knee. Hug under the knee, pull the knee up. Maybe circle your ankle a few times here and there. Hold it. Now, if you want, hinge forward. First of all, take a big inhale, lengthen up. Hinge forward. Maybe take your right hand, capture between your right big toe and the other toes. Extend your leg long, come back up to standing, open up the knee, open up the leg to the side of the room. Left hand can be on your hip or teed out. Hold it here, find your balance in your gate pose. Draw the knee back to the midline of your body, hug it in with fingers underneath. Circle your ankles. Now we're done. Place that foot down. That's a balancing challenge, isn't it? All right, let's do it again on the other side. Root into the right leg. Tree pose here. Take it your way. No hurry, no rush. Maybe hanging out here is the way you want to take your tree. Hold on to the chair. Maybe balance on the ball of the foot. You decide. You take it in layers. Don't push it so much that you feel like you failed. No, enjoy whatever way you take it. Push the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Shoulders over the hips. Hold on. Find your balance. Breathe. Grow your branches if you like. Find your focus. Remember, look to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Breathe. Sway your branches either intentionally or unintentionally. If you fall out, get right back in. Don't give up. Don't quit. Success is in how many failures you have, but don't end on a failed note. Success is when you do it. All right, remove the foot. Knee to about hip height. Hold it here. Maybe today, that's right where you are. Last week, we worked on balancing a block on our thigh. We do different things all the time. Got to shake it up to make it fun. Hug the knee in with interlaced fingers. Hold on here. Lengthen up. You're strong. Maybe take your left fingers, find in between the big toe and the other toes, lengthen on back up, extend the leg, open it up like a big swinging gate. Maybe the right arm opens too as you counterbalance here. Breathe. You got it. Lengthen up through your hips and the crown of your head. Release. Bring the leg back. Oh, I forgot. Circle the ankle here. Circle it once or twice. Twice or once. You got it. Plant the left foot next to the right. Lengthen up through your arms. Breathe. Let's do that humble warrior pose. All right, take it in layers. We talked about putting on socks. Being able to stand on one foot and put on your socks. It's all good. Bend your knees. Arms reach. Chair pose. Been here before. Remember, we pulsed it. But right now, we're going to root into the left foot. Lift the right leg up, outside of the right ankle, on top of the left foot, on top of the left leg. And then you got a figure four going on here. Keep your hands at prayer center, on your hips, or holding onto a chair. It's all good. Look down to your left foot. Hold on. Maybe you decide to take your hands and interlace your fingers behind your low back. Send those interlaced fingers up the back wall, higher, higher, higher to the sky. You got mobility in your shoulders. Yes, you do. Yes, we did. Broken wing on the wall. You got it. Hands back to prayer center in gratitude for what you did. Right foot meets left. Spring on up to an extended mountain. Arms lift high, baby back bend. Think of that wall behind you. Come on back up, extended mountain. Come back to chair, bent knees. Hold it here. If you want to pulse, you can pulse it. I'm going to put the weight into the right leg, lift the left leg up, outside of the left ankle, on top of the right thigh. Hold it here, however you want to hold it. Hands to prayer center, a chair nearby, hands to hips, whatever you like. I'm going to take my hands behind my low back in my humble warrior. Think of if you were putting on socks. You could do this. Hands, interlaced fingers behind the low back. Arms go up, 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 up to the sky. Look back to the toes, to the knees, to your belly button. Hands come back with control to prayer center. Hey, I did it. I am strong. I can do it. I am strong right now. Left foot comes down. Come on back up to your extended mountain pose. Take a deep breath in. And a deep shoulder softening breath out. Fold forward again. Look back to your knees. Walk your hands forward. Come down to your knees. Let's come on down to a seated forward fold. Legs go long on your mat. You could use your strap if you want, or your towel. That works too. Toes up toward the sky. Arms lift high to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward, reach forward. Maybe take your towel or your strap, place it under your feet. Lots of ways to do it. You just want to feel a good stretch. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, pull your chest forward. Think of pulling your chest forward as your gaze goes forward. Now send your gaze towards your knees. Close your eyes, elbows hugged in. Imagine getting closer and closer to your knees. With each inhale, your spine lengthens. With each exhale, you allow yourself to get closer and closer. Eyes are closed. Imagine that your nose is on your knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, breathe, fold. You got it. Open your eyes. See how close you are. Marvel at your success. Don't doubt it. Don't be negative. Be proud of what you got. Slowly come on up, shoulders over your hips. You did it. Spread your legs wide. All right, another Pilates pose, saw pose. Legs are spread wide. You can put some blocks here in between your legs and say, I'm not doing it. And then bring your forearms down and just rest and lengthen through your spine and get a nice big stretch in your adductor muscles. For the saw pose, you would tee out your arms nice and big, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Think about your pinky fingers and your pinky toes. Left pinky finger's gonna reach right pinky toe, and then the other, right pinky finger to left pinky toe. Lengthen up, turn toward the right, left pinky finger meets right pinky toe, maybe. Lengthen on back up, come back to center, twist in the other direction. Other pinky finger meets other pinky toe. Come back up, twist, back to center. Almost robotically, isn't it? Twist, touch, center, twist, touch, lift, back to center. So do a few more of these. Maybe your pinkies are nowhere near. Twist toward the one side and reach toward the side. Breathe. And when you're ready, we'll take it one more time and we'll finish up back at center. All right, let's come on out of this. Legs together, find your ball. Let's do bridge on the ball. No ball, don't sweat it. Come all the way down to recline or place the ball at your low back. Come on back and lean. Lean as if you were in a recliner. Now, you can bring your heels up closer, bring your back and shoulders on down, press the weight into your feet, send your hips high. The ball is just kind of here as just a little marker. Arms down by your sides, no ball at all, that's totally fine. Breathe, hold it here. Now, I'm gonna send the right leg up to the sky and I'm gonna pulse the right leg up, up, up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Right leg comes down, left leg goes up. Pulse it up, up, up. Breathe. When you're ready, both feet come down. You can lift both knees up. If you're on the ball, it's more of a challenge. Extend both legs long. Your shoulders are down. It's as if you were almost in a boat pose. Lower the legs a little bit, not a lot. Just hold them here. Reach through your heels, toes up to the sky. Hold on, breathe. Let's bend the knees, both knees at the same time towards your chest, and then drive through your heels. Send your legs out at about a 45-degree angle or whatever feels good for you. Knees in, expand out. Exhale, you hug the knees in to create more hollow space in your belly. And when you inhale, send them out. Back, exhale. Inhale, send them long. Breathe. Maybe tee out your arms. Maybe that feels better, or maybe that's more of a challenge. Breathe. I find it to be more of a challenge when you're sending the legs at a 45-degree angle. What do you think? Breathe. Breathe. Let's bend the knees. Soles come back to the mat. Lift your hips on up. Remove the ball if you did it, and let's march this bridge a little bit. Hands down by your sides, bend one knee up toward your shoulder, and then back down to the mat. Alternate in your marching bridge. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Roll your spine down, feet are down on your mat, roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. All right, let's do a Pilates bicycle. All right, for a Pilates bicycle, if you like, this is just kind of an old-fashioned bicycle, right? Send your hips up to the sky, hands at your low back. Legs go up to the sky, hold it here. Now maybe let your feet, toes come overhead. Come into a plow pose. That's just letting the big toes come overhead. Breathe. Now, keep your chin at the center of your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe the toes come closer to the earth. Maybe they touch or not, no big deal. Send your legs back up. Now bicycle in your Pilates bicycle. Drive through the toes like you're riding a bike. Breathe, breathe, finish. Slowly roll your spine down. Nice job. Press on up. The eye shade and the towel, bring them up by your shoulders. Let them be. Let's come on down to fully reclined. Supine twist, bend your right knee, hug it in. Left toes are drawn towards your left calf as your left heel drives to the bottom of your mat. Hug the right knee in, circle the ankle a couple times here and there. Remember gate pose? You did it. We're working on getting those hips stronger and stronger so you can do gate pose again. Not today, another day. Hug the right knee in. Left hand guides the right knee across the midline of your body. Right arm tees out, look to the right. Breathe. Right hip comes down, knee hugs in even more. Circle the ankle in both directions. Finish. Right leg goes long, heel drives to the bottom. Left knees turn to bend. Interlaced fingers or use your towel to hug the left knee in. Staying right here is good and great. Shoulders stay down, away from your ears. Hug the knee in. You've got it going on. If you'd like to do the twist part, you can do that now. Right hand guides the left knee across the midline of the body as you roll onto your right hip. Breathe. You can bring the knee closer to the earth. It's up to you. Keep the left shoulder down, though. That's the trick to get the twist nice and deep. Left arm tees out. Look to the left. Breathe. Bring the left hip down. Your gaze goes back up to the sky. Hug the knee in again if you want, any way you want. Circle your ankle this way and that. It's all good. Hug the knee in. Send both legs long. Hug both knees in. Hug them both in. Left knee, left armpit. Right knee, right armpit. Rock and roll from side to side. You've got the flexibility. You've got the mobility. You've got the strength. Come on, roll. As you're rocking from side to side, what do you think's pulling you back up? Not momentum. You got your strong core pulling you back up to the starting point. Come back to the starting point. Plug your tailbone into the mat. Take your hands inside your calves or capture your heels. And then bring your shoulders down. One leg goes up, nice and straight. Then rebend it and send the other leg nice and straight for your Ananda Balasana pose called Happy Baby. Breathe. Okay, heels go high, legs get spread wide open. Breathe. Finish. Knees come back to the midline, legs bend, legs come down. Final shavasana. Don't run out on this. Some people want to leave and run out and say, I'm done. No, this is the most important part. This is where your mind absorbs what you did. This is where you say in your mind over and over again, I am strong right now, and I'm going to carry that strength on throughout my day. Legs spread a little bit to the edges of your mat. Eye shade covers your eyes or your little hand towel. Get comfortable. Wiggle your shoulders under your spine so you feel real good here. Arms down by your sides. Eyes are closed. Breathe. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Your eyes are heavy in the eye sockets, and your pinky toes kind of fall to the edges of your mat. Your arms are long. Your arms are long and strong. You lifted a lot of weight today. Let your fingers reach toward the bottom of the mat with your palms face up. Soften the area between your eyebrows. And just bask in the goodness of your breath. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take a deep breath in. And a deep sighing breath out. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Squeeze your fingers towards your palms and feel the tension go all the way up your arms and even into your neck and your shoulders and your back. Hold it tight. Do the same thing with your toes. Squeeze your toes toward the center of your foot. Squeeze and just feel the tension go all the way up through your calf, through your thighs, even into your glutes. Squeeze it tight and then let it go. Let it go. That's what it feels like to let it go. Felt so good. Let's do it again. Tight squeeze in the hands, tight squeeze in the feet. Really tighten up everything you've got. Think like how you do in a plank. Everything is tight. And then release. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move it up to the wrists and the ankles as we bring our hour to an end here. Inhale, arms lift high overhead. Point your toes to the bottom. Just stretch it out like a big good morning stretch. Be long, be strong. Think of your spine, how long and free, and so much space in your back. Bend your knees, bend your elbows. Roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Low arm is bent, and your head rests on your bicep. Top shoulder is soft. Eyes are closed. Breath. Savor a cycle of breath right here, right now. Always come back to your breath. Deep breaths. Don't let your breathing become shallow. It means you're stressed. Just take a moment, and it is just a moment. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Sigh this one out audibly through your mouth. Press on up to a comfortable seated position. Whatever is comfortable for you, it's your practice. Hands to prayer center. Have a moment of gratitude and thanks for your body, for what it did for you, and maybe especially for your mind that you took the time to get here, to be here, to do. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Blink your eyes open. 1 hour, done. Good downward facing dog, Piper. You did it. You did it. Remember we took a stress number in the beginning? What was it? What is it? It's so good. It's so good to move your body, and it's fun to stress your body. It's good to stress your body in certain ways, which we did with planks and with many of our poses and the balancing poses too. It's stressful, but so good for us. All right, so whatever is holding you back from being in the here and now, let it go. Enjoy this breath. Be with the breath all day long. Don't worry about what's past. Don't worry about what's yet to come. Enjoy the moment. See you on your mats tomorrow. Like us on Facebook and YouTube. Join our group, Friends of 316 Yoga. We love you. We'll see you back on your mats tomorrow. Stay healthy and have love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control in your life. Bye. Hi. Good girl. You are a good girl. You're a good girl too, Bonnie. Bye-bye. You did it. You started and now you finished. But we're an ongoing work of art in progress, aren't we? All of us are. Thank you for sticking around. Come back tomorrow. Come back every single day. Do what you can with what you got. You know all that, and I'm happy for your being here. Tell your friends about us. Tell your friends about our yoga. It's free for anybody and everybody. We're here live every day for you, for them. Have them practice with us. They will benefit a lot from it, and you know that. If you'd like to join our practice, you can watch us on Facebook and YouTube, and you know that too. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Join us, have fun, do your yoga, and stay happy. See you on your mats tomorrow. Bye.